What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back at you with the weekly Rust skins videos, and I'm just going to quickly say it now. I'm probably going to be streaming after this, and I'm most likely going to be playing Rust. You're all welcome to come play Rust this weekend. I got 8k, so thanks for 8k, gang. I'm going to be doing a Rust Zerg to celebrate the 8k. So let's get started with the limited store. We have nothing in the general store that's new. Let's have a little cheeky look at the Toy helmet and the Toy vest, a continuation of the Toy set. And this is going for $2.75 each, and these are road signs. So overall, actually more expensive than what the standard road sign would usually be. And that definitely isn't a good start. And I also do just quickly want to point out the fact that the road sign kilt is clearly made, and so are the gloves, road sign gloves, but the kilt isn't out. So they're actually planning on releasing these later by the looks of it, and didn't want to release it with the full road sign. So I do think that's a very questionable play, but it pretty much is letting us know that the road sign gloves and the kilt are highly likely to come out in next week's store, as they're literally already made and in their screenshots. So $2.75 each for the road sign vest and for the coffee can helmet is not a bad price for them to be at. Overall, it would be definitely better if they were less than that, because the road sign does get skipped over a lot easier. I'd recommend getting the chest plate over the helmet, just because I do think the chest plate will outperform the helmet. The Metal Gear, the face mask is going for $4.15 at the moment, and the Toy chest plate is going for $3.19, the metal chest plate. So overall, they're not performing too bad, but I do think you'll be able to get the Toy helmet, the road sign, coffee can helmet, sorry, and the Toy road sign vest for a little bit cheaper with buy orders on the community market. So overall, I'd recommend getting the Toy vest off of the Rust store for this week, but I wouldn't recommend getting the Toy helmet off of the Rust store for this week, as I do think you're going to be able to get them for a little bit cheaper with buy orders on the community market. Alright, moving over to the Glister SAR. So the Glister is a continuation of the Glister set, and at the moment it isn't performing at the very best it possibly could be. Currently, everything is below its standard store price of $2.75, the most expensive item being the Glister MP5 going for $2.64, and the cheapest being the Glister SMG, which is the custom, going for $1.79. This is pretty much all due to oversaturation. Clearly, there is too many of them, and the demand just isn't there for them. So overall, I do think that the results are going to be the same with the Glister SAR. I do think that you will be able to make money off of it as a long-term investment, but I would recommend getting this one off of the community market with a buy order rather than picking it up off the Rust store, just because I don't think you're going to make any profits off of this one as of right now as a short to medium term investment, and that is just because everything else hasn't performed above the center store price. That is the custom double barrel LR Tommy and the MP5, and the MP5 is clearly one of the meta guns, and the SAR even is definitely a meta gun as well, and it gets used by a lot of people throughout their wipes. So overall, the quantity is just too high at the moment on the community market for the Glister set to be performing good enough for you to be making money, and I do think that that's going to happen with the Glister SAR as well, and so I won't recommend getting the Glister SAR off of the Rust store for this week, even though it is a nice looking skin. Alright, I'm moving over to the Pixel crossbow, going for $3.45 as a continuation of the Pixel set, which has been quite a popular and successful set so far. Unfortunately though, I don't think that the Pixel Crossy is going to be a good investment, and that is because it's starting off at $3.45 on the community market. Now we have about 3.5 out of the 6 pages below $3, and so that clearly shows that Crossies aren't the best investment, especially when they're starting off at $3.45. So overall, I do think that the Pixel Crossy is going to be a risky investment, especially trying to get it off the Rust store. If you are to invest in it, I'd definitely recommend getting this one off of the community market. Even though it is a sick looking skin, I just don't think it's going to perform very well. If you're investing in it off of the Rust store, I don't think you're really going to make any money. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the Pixel Crossy off of the Rust store for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the Cactus Stone Hatchet and the Stone Pickaxe, going for $2.75 each, which is the standard store price for weapons and tools. So overall, I actually am really surprised that no one had thought of this sooner. But overall, this is a pretty clever idea, and I do think that this set could easily continue. But $2.75, I don't think there's a crazy high demand for stone tools at the moment, and we already have so many stone tools on the community market. If I were to invest in either, I'd recommend getting the Stone Pickaxe over the Stone Hatchet, but $2.75 each. I do think within the first couple of weeks, you could get these for a little bit cheaper on the community market with the buy order. And that is what I'll recommend to do, because overall, I don't think that there's a very high demand at the moment for the stone tools. And I do think that there's quite a lot of stone tools. The thing is, though, if this set does continue, then it's highly likely that it would continue on the metal tools before it goes to anything else. And people would most likely want to have their Cactus stone and then get their Cactus metal tools as well. So if that does happen, then the Cactus stone tools will go up in value. But for now, I'd recommend getting it off of the community market with a buy order, just to maximize potential profits if you are willing to invest in these. But overall, not going to recommend investing in the Russet. But overall, not going to recommend investing in the Cactus stone pickaxe or hatchet on the Russet store. If you are to invest in either, I'd recommend getting the pickaxe over the hatchet, just because the hatchet usually outsells the pickaxe, and so the demand will be higher for the pickaxe on the community market once people are trying to complete their sets. Alright, moving on to the Art Deco Door, going for $3.45. This is a new skin, and it's definitely a bit of a wig out. It looks like it's a completely symmetrical skin by the looks of it. So overall, this is a glowing deployable, so it is going for the standard store price of glowing deployables, that being $3.45. I do think that this is definitely a unique skin. It definitely does stand out, but there are so many sheet metal door skins these days. If this set, if this Art Deco Door becomes a set, Art Deco set, then I do think that there can definitely be potential profits here. But overall, it's currently 4th on the top sellers behind the Arctic pack, which is of course a general drop, and then behind the Scientific Metal Storage and the Glister SAR. So overall, it is getting bought, but it doesn't seem like the demand is that high. I do think you could probably pick this one up on the community market with the buy order for a little bit cheaper. If this Art Deco does become a set and it does continue down the track, then this door will definitely go up in value. But overall, for now, I do think it is quite expensive, and we have so many sheet metal door skins. And so I would recommend trying to get this one off of the community market with a buy order, just to maximize your potential profits, especially if you're willing to invest in it. And last but not least, we're moving over to the Scientific Metal Storage box, going for $3.45, which is the standard store price for glowing deployables. And the Scientific storage boxes have been performing quite well as a set. Overall, there's actually only one skin that is below $3.45 on the community market, and that is the Scientific Sulfur Storage, going for $2.56. But that does have 107 quantity. So overall, that one's definitely been oversaturated. As I did say, the Scientific Metal Storage is currently 2nd on the top sellers, just behind the General Drops Arctic pack, which is of course locked in the Russet store at the moment. So it is number 1 for the limited sales, top sellers, and that does mean that it is most likely going to get oversaturated, but the Scientific Metal Storage is most likely also going to perform pretty well as a medium-term investment, just because the other Scientific storage boxes have as well, and it is likely that the set is going to continue. Currently, we have 8 Scientific storage boxes on the community market, and this will be the 9th to come to the community market. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Scientific Metal Storage. Just keep in mind though, make sure you are selling at a high and you don't miss that peak like what has happened with the Neon storage set. So keep that in mind as well. You will have to keep an eye out on the Scientific storage set. And now we move over to the cart. Alright guys, this is my cart for this week. I'm just getting one of everything, not investing. Honestly, I don't think this is a very good week for investing. I would pretty much recommend to just save your money on this one. It's going to cost me $24.10 to get one of everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one. Don't forget, I'm going to be streaming right after this video and also playing a little cheeky bit of Rust. If you want to come play, then join the Discord, come chatting. So, ciao.